This is Howard of AVtransfers. Today we've got a 1-inch tape in for transfer. It's just a short tape. It's probably about half an hour. And before I run it, out of an abundance of caution, I'm just passing it through my cleaning machine. So it's just going from here at a very slow speed on a specially modified film hub for 35mm in the middle, which is the same dimension as a 1-inch video tape. And then I've modified an LP with screws to hold the reel so it doesn't slip, because it has 3 notches. Bonus notches, no, notches in there. If you look carefully, you'll see there's 3 little screws going around, or 2 little screws. They just stop it from slipping, and then when you rewind, it has a proper grip. And this is going through, these are slightly wider than 1-inch guides. The original ones that came with this were too narrow. They were causing the tape to get bent on the edges. So I had new ones machined, which are free running. They've got tension sort of adjustments here. I don't really pull it at a tension that it needs to drag on here. If it starts dragging on here, it means the tape needs baking as well. Right. Okay. So then this is a roll of RTI tape check. It's the cleaning roll that you have for the tape cleaning machines. Tape check is a American brand of cleaner. I don't have the 1-inch machine, which obviously they make, which is fantastic, but this is my own sort of invention. So that's going gently over that via another guide. This is one of the original guides. I've put some tape on it so that it makes it softer around where the indentation is for the 35mm, and then it's going onto that hub. And the idea is then after that's finished, I will rewind it back in the opposite direction, and I will clean the other side of the tape, if that makes any sense. So that both sides of the tape have just had a clean, so there's no big lumps of tape mess. But this does take time. And then on the side is a speed control, and the speed control obviously is variable. I go very gently, and the direction can be reversed. There are DC motors on this. You'll see as it gets further along, it starts speeding up, because obviously this is a bigger circle as it goes. So then when we're finished doing that, we'll take a look at it running on the machine. Okay, tape is loaded up. Got a very strong RF signal, and there it is. Don't know what's on here. That's just the monitor. So what's happening here? Tape is playing. It's a PAL tape. The video output is going into the Snellen Wilcox. Perhaps an unnecessary step, but it just gives it that extra bit of noise reduction on the picture, which is really nice. And from there it's being converted into SDI format, and then the sound is being added in at that point, and then it's going out to a digital recorder, and there you go. And then she is recording very happily digitally onto the recorder. So that's been captured as ProRes HQ, which is pretty much good enough. Unfortunately, I can't show you the content of the tape because some tapes have to be kept private as per the client's request, etc. and that's fine. But there you go, it's recording away. Good morning, everybody. It's a cold, wintry, wet Saturday morning here in the UK, and time to do something inside until the weather clears up and get some exercise. This is Howard of AVtransfers.co.uk, on the cutting edge of old electronics. In front of us we have a Sony PVM monitor, a 14-inch monitor. This comes from a TV station that used to ingest a lot of stuff for broadcast, but no longer needs this. And I got this. It's in pretty good condition, and I probably paid too much for it, but it just seems like anything that has a tube and is made by Sony is very valuable these days for some reason. And because I had committed to it, by the time it was delivered, I couldn't really knock the price down. I mean, I probably should have paid about half of what I paid. I'm not going to go into numbers, but the problem with this set is it's a very soft picture. The tube comes up pretty quickly, so it's not totally a dead case, but I'm just finding that the color is a little bit on the green side. And not only that, focus, more irritatingly, is to me it looks a bit out. Let me just put the crosshatch on. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, it's got a bit of a tinge to it. It looks tired. The tube is probably a bit tired. See, red, white, black. How did I get the other ones going? There we go. Right. Crosshatch. It's just a bit soft. It's just a bit soft. I don't use a lot of big CRTs in what I do. I've got the good thing, it's multi-system, and it's also it's clean. It's clean. Sometimes you get things that look really, really shoddy, and this one looks alright. This one looks alright. So what I want to do is just try and tweak the focus. Hopefully not electrocute myself. Tweak the focus and see if I can get a bit more out of it. So stand by. On the back of this is a Sony PVM14N5E, and the serial number is quite high. You know, it's quite an advanced number, so I suspect that this is one of the later monitors. Probably produced in the early 2000s, made in the UK. Nevertheless, maybe spares will be easier to find. The problem is it seems to have these stupid screws on the end, which I'm not happy about, because I was thinking it would probably have something a little bit more screwish. I mean, is this how it's shipped, or is this just them being cheap? I suspect this is them being cheap. Wow, we're going to save money, guys. We're going to save a whole 6 screws. Wow. What a savings. What a savings. Okay, so this is the first time. Oh wait, there's one more. I've missed one. Let me get my tool again. Okay. Oh, there we go. So let's just open that up a little bit now. Let's see if we can get this off. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Take this off gently. And let's take a look inside. Okay. So, obviously a later generation set. I can see the focus adjustment there. I believe that's the focus adjustment down here. A little bit dusty, but not terrible. Oh wow, this is actually a later CRT. Look at this. October 2002. Alright, so it's not that old. Well, it's 20 years old, but for a CRT, I mean, there's quite a bit of muck here around the high voltage section, but not enough to stress out about. A very straight looking monitor. Let's just see here. There's a bit of it's definitely had a bit of use, this set. I I just like to clean that off. That's basically the high voltage attracts all this particulate. Just using my finger. It's got an interesting little seal there on the back of the CRT. So I'm not going to touch anything high voltage. I'm just going to wash my hands in a sec. But let's see if we can tweak up that focus. Well, guess what? On closer inspection, shall I say rather, I discovered that that is not a control. It's just a pointy thing made of plastic. So I think the focus is here, on the neck of the CRT. I'm just trying to shine a torch on it to be sure. But if I'd say that was focus control, I'd say it's a pretty safe guess that that looks like a high voltage control. There's actually two here. One says screen, which I guess is your, what's it, your G voltage, and that must be focus. So what I want to do is I'm just going to tweak it a fraction to the right. And I mean a fraction. Literally, just a minuscule fraction. Okay? And let's just plug it in and see what happens. Is it any better? Yes, it actually is. How is that even possible? I don't know. It's definitely better. Ooh. What's weird about the set is if you listen to it, you can hear a... I do not know what I'm listening to. Is that the oscillator? Is that some kind of mechanical oscillation? Where is that coming from? It's very strange. Don't like it, but I don't have any wisdom as to how to resolve that. Perhaps if you know what's causing that frequency, there's no speaker connected to this, but yet it's making that noise. So very odd, very strange. Now, why would something like that need to be adjusted, is my question. Well, I guess things drift. But let me go get my gloves and see if I can figure out what's going on here. And we're back. I've got a nice glove. This I got from Amazon, I think sometime pre-pandemic. It's, I think, for fixing cars. But this is a rubberized glove. I think that's a good way of adjusting this without killing myself. So let's put this on again. I'm going to try and get my hand in here, and I'm going to try and adjust the focus. I'm just going to give it a second or two to warm up. Yeah, that's definitely the focus. Oh, here we go, we've gone out totally. That actually is looking... It's difficult because you've got to kind of get it lined up. I'm lining up the horizontals, but the verticals don't look great. That's all terrible. It's a very fine line. Excuse the joke. Yeah, that's about as good as that's going to get. Now if I go down here, Chroma Standard, yeah, this just, I don't see a sharpness control, which is kind of irritating. Color select, language, color select. Okay, well, I'm glad it's got all the systems. I just feel I want a bit more out of the screen. I just feel like I want a bit more out of this, out of the set. There's the screen voltage. Maybe I should try and just turn that down a little bit. I've just very slightly tweaked it left and right. Again, I don't think there's anything beneficial to adjusting that. Is that better? It does look a little bit better, but it might just be because I know I've adjusted it now and I feel better about it. Line A. Oh. Line B. Like I say, I'm not doing any major swings left and right. I'm just doing a little bit. Treading softly. Okay, so now having a look at all the other goodness in there, part of me wonders if the color can be adjusted from the menus. So let me get, that should be color bars, right? Let's just check, have I got color bars now? Oopsie. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, actually it is definitely sharper, because if I'm looking at the bleeding, because it's composite, you'll see it. It's quite a clearly defined marking line there. So yeah, that's a good start. That's a good start. Let me just see here. Yeah. Volume. Yeah, I think we're okay. Like I said, I want a bit more from this picture, but I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't really want to fiddle around too much with the settings in the middle of the screen. I think we just let it be. There's a little piece of paper there. That's the one thing that I think you have to make peace with if you're going to work on old TVs, and that is dust and dirt. I'm not a big lover of dust and dirt, but you know what, I'll just don't really like dust and dirt, so I don't like scratching and something if it's like really gross inside. But this looks alright. This looks alright. So let me take off that glove, because I think that job is done, and we'll close it up. Okay, so there we are. It's back online, and hopefully we see how we go. To me, the blacks could be blacker. It's probably an adjustment. A nice TV, a nice PVM14. So, well, that's about it for now. Howard from AVtransfers, just having a bit of R&R servicing here in the studio today. Hope you enjoyed that, and subscribe for more interesting things. Ciao for now.